YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Round Beer Review. Today, we have a beer from Denmark. It's a stout from Denmark, an American stout from Denmark. It is 6.2% alcohol. It is best before June of 2017, so since it's September 2015, it should be fairly fresh. Yeah, they talk about using excessive amounts of American aroma hops. And this is an Amager beer. I know it's not Ermager completely, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Amager Brigus Sunby Stout. There is the Amager bottle cap. Amager. Another saved bottle cap for my bottle cap building bucket. Alrighty, so beer's super black. That head though is more tan than a lot of these super black stouts come off with that deep brown mocha head. This is like a tan, almost like a latte color. Interesting. There are big bubbles forming in it, so I mean that means it will fade fairly quickly. It probably has a good snap crackle pop. Not really. It has a little snap crackle pop, but not as good as I expected. But it does have a good visual appeal. Really does. Smell? So it talks about using Cascade, Centennial, the US version of, is it Nugget or Golding? It doesn't say on here. I read it somewhere though. Oh, I read it on Untapped. They had exactly what they used on Untapped, and I believe it was Nugget, American Nugget. Well, here's how I'll tell. I drank this beer earlier. One of them had Nugget, one of them had Golding. Okay, this one's Golding, so this had American Nugget in it. So Nugget, Cascade, and Centennial. So it should have a lot of that noble earthiness and grassiness, as well as a lot of citrus. And they say they use excessive amounts, and I'm really smelling none. I get some chocolate. Okay, out of the bottle, I get chocolate, I get roast, and I get a little touch of coffee. Out of the glass, I get caramel, I get roast, and I get a slight hint of grassiness. So, yeah. Not as American IPA as I would have expected myself. But I mean, we also have the problem that this is good until 2017, but a lot of stouts are good for a long time. So this could just be a problem where it has actually sat for a long time, because it doesn't have a bottling date. It has a best before date. And I mean, I thought maybe I got something okay age-wise, but this is probably... I'm going to assume it was probably bottled in June of 2015. So now it's almost November, so what, July, August, September, October, we're almost 5 months old. Actually, that sounds about right for the LCBO and beers coming from foreign countries. So, yeah, this is probably in the 4 to 5 month old range. So that could explain a lot with the hoppiness of it. Anyway, let's try it. Cheers. Okay. Okay, taste-wise, it's more like a Cascadian dark ale than a stout. It does have a lot more hops to the taste. A lot of that, it is that earthy grassiness coming off the nugget, and a little bit from the Centennial. There is a touch of grapefruit in there. Thank you, Cascade. And those both are mixing really well with the roastiness. It's actually cutting back the roastiness. The bottle does say a subtle roastiness, and it is a subtle roastiness, but I would argue that without the hoppiness, that it would be an overwhelming roastiness, that the hoppiness is cutting that roastiness down to a subtle way, because your palate is being taken over by the hops rather than just that roast. Tiny touch of chocolate at the forefront to sweeten it up, and then you're getting that roast, and then you're getting that then I'm getting the hoppiness. And all in all, it is a good beer. It's not as heavy as a lot of stouts are. It doesn't have that full mouthfeel to me. To me, it's like a medium bodied. I'm not even going to say a medium full. I'm just saying full on medium. It has a lighter, thinner body than what I'm used to. Yeah, Cascadian Dark Ale is really what this reminds me of. It has so much hops, but yet not enough hops at the same time. It's a nice change from just your average stout. Is it the best thing I've ever had? No, not at all. But I'm okay with that, to be honest with you. I'm perfectly okay with that. Because every once in a while, you just want a nice, subtle beer, and that's what I'm getting here. I'm getting a nice, subtle beer. And that, my friends, is A-okay with me. And, yeah, it has nice flavors. It's not overpowering in any way. I would think it's a little too bitter for a lot of people to drink on the regular, but I like this beer. Out of 10 on this beer, I would probably give it a 7.75. It's worth a drink. I know I chug all my beers, but is it worth chugging if you can't see it? You can't see it because I'm completely naked right now, and I don't want my schlong on television, on the internet. My schlong's been in enough places. Doesn't need to be on the internet. Chug time! Bye, guys.